Welcome back, folks. It is a wonderful Monday evening. I'm Josephine Sage. Let's jump right into the forecast right now as we take a look outside at America's Mattress Live Tower Cam. It does look like a little bit of a dreary evening. We've got these cloud coverages further east of us and some storms that are moving on in from the west. But before I get into the details about that, we'll chat about our weather headlines. We'll notice temperatures are close to the seasonal average this week during those afternoon hours and even during the evening hours. We've got cloud coverage associated with those cooler temperatures, as well as some precipitation that's going to continue on the western slope at least until the middle of the work week. Now, as we take a look at those dew points, we'll notice we're hanging out in those low 50s in Montrose, those mid 50s in Grand Junction, same in Moab. So during those evening hours when we're closer to those seasonal averages in those 60s, we've got that chance for rain to hang out with us. And speaking of that, we'll notice as we get into those later evening hours, Monday, those northern mountains are expecting a little bit of some showers, and even over Gunnison, as well as closer to Green River and closer to Moab, where we could be getting just about half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. That Front Range area could be getting up to even an inch. The clearing a little bit for tomorrow morning, but tomorrow evening returning with just another round over that Gunnison area, perfect for a little bit of some showers over that low-lying fire in Glenwood Springs, Aspen Vale, even Rangeley getting another round of 1/4 of an inch of rainfall. About Wednesday morning, though, a little bit of a clearing, setting us up for a little bit of a drier end of the work week. However, it's monsoon season, so we do have those more rounds of shower coming. And what does that mean? It's not just one certain storm, not just one certain event. It is a collective wet and hot season, and typically between June and September. Now, we're just in the middle of that, so keep that in mind. And just a couple tips maybe for your pups during this monsoon season. Keep away from tick-infested areas. Keep away from that dirty water. Use protective rain gear if you can. Deworm your dog. Keep the outside water bowl clean. And make a cozy thunderstorm spot if your dog is just a little bit scared of those loud noises, those loud booms. Right now, we are still feeling on that hot side of things. Montrose at 78, but Grand Junction at 91, Delta at 96, and even along the I-70 corridor, pushing in those upper 70s and those 90s in Rifle. Now, this heat potential, as we take a look into tomorrow, it's not really going to go away. Over that Panhandle area, over those plains, the greatest chance for temperatures is pushing up through Oklahoma, but we're still in that orange zone as all this warm air pushes on through. However, even though we do have that rain right now, that heat potential is still here. There's still that chance for drought, so some wildfire safety tips. Never leave those campfires unattended. Adhere to those burn bans and warnings. Properly discard those cigarettes. Keep vehicles and power tools off that dry vegetation and obey orders from local law officials. Now, our almanac will show us that we are just right around those seasonal averages. Like I said, 92 for that high, 68 for that low, instead of that typical 94 and that typical 64. Our pollen forecast hasn't really shifted. We're still looking at moderate grasses, moderate weeds, but some low trees and low mold in terms of those irritations hanging out for us here on the western slope. That extended forecast is going to show us that chance for rain Tuesday and Wednesday and a drying trend headed our way for the weekend. And even the same in Montrose, even with those cooler temperatures hanging out in those low 60s and those upper 50s at night and those 80s for the long run.